Okay, so in today's video, we're going to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, and they just signed Jrue Holiday to an extension, 4 years, $160 million. We're going to talk about, is it an overpay? We're just going to talk about all that in today's video. But before I get into this video, a lot of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like on this video. Subscribe, turn notifications, and leave a like. And let's go ahead and get into this video. Talk about the Milwaukee Bucks and Jrue Holiday, and they just really solved their biggest question mark, in my opinion, because it was a huge question. They gave up all these assets for Jrue Holiday, like three first round picks, 2 pick spots, which I think Jrue Holiday is a very good player, but I don't necessarily think that he was worth all that. Um, but yeah, they solved their biggest question mark here because that was a huge question leading into the next year's free agency. Are they going to be able to re-sign Jrue Holiday? And they simply kind of overpaid for Jrue Holiday here. But that's what they have to do. They're in a small market and they have to overpay to get players to stay there. Now, I'm not saying that they overpaid Giannis because Giannis deserves every penny of that money. But I'm saying that $40 million a year for Jrue Holiday is a bit of an overpay. So you got a big contract from the Bucks. Now the Bucks, this is big for them because Jrue Holiday, we know how good Jrue Holiday is. They're 32-17 right now and third in the Eastern Conference. Now the Eastern Conference it's very good this year. You've got teams like the Nets, Sixers, and if I'm ranking Eastern Conference teams right now I think the Celtics are better than what their record would show, being one game below 500. But here's the rankings that I would go for the Eastern Conference here. I would go with the Nets 1, Sixers 2, Heat 3, Bucks 4. Those would be my top 4 there. I think those are the 4 best teams in the East as of right now, and I think that the Bucks are in there. But the Bucks are going to have to prove it to me in the playoffs because they've got Giannis, Chris Middleton, Jrue Holiday. Those are all very good players, but we have not seen it in the playoffs yet. And their bench pieces, they've got some okay bench pieces, but not really a great sixth man. I mean, they have like PJ Tucker, but I don't know how. I just don't know. I mean, Brook Lopez is a good spacing center. Here, and I think that the Bucks are very good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that they are going to win an NBA title this year. I just simply do not think that. Now, so here's the thing with this extension. Like I said, I feel like it's a little bit of an overpay here, but it's what you had to do. So yeah. Now, for the money that they've got left, I think they're kind of that salary cap is kind of starting to catch up to him here because like you've got players like Brook Lopez on a $12 million contract, Chris Middleton on the max, you've got Jrue Holiday on the near max as well, and you've got Giannis on the max. So they're starting to get up there in payroll. So for the Bucks here, you know that you're not giving up pretty much your whole future for nothing here. You're giving up it for a player that is going to have a huge impact on this team, if we're being honest. A defensive type player who also produces on offense as well. And he's a very, very good player. Now for the upcoming schedule for the Bucks here, they've got some games that they can win versus Golden State, Dallas, Charlotte, Orlando, Minnesota, Atlanta. So this is a very interesting team here. Now, I think that I just don't think that they're totally NBA title contenders here. I think, like I said, they're the 4th best team in the East right now, and but I don't know what they can do to improve this team. I think maybe a better center is the idea here because or a shooting guard here because I mean you would love to have like a Bradley Beal type player, but your assets for the future already gave up here. So you're looking more towards like a shooting guard or a center once this season's over. Like those are kind of who you're targeting in free agency, and let's go ahead and look at some of those options there. Now you could consider Jrue Holiday as a shooting guard. So if you want to do that, then it's a point guard. I'll consider him as a shooting guard, I guess. For right now, the Bucks are currently considered hard capped, which means their total taxable salaries may not exceed 138 million. So yeah, they're kind of in a spot where you don't have a lot of money to spend in free agency, if we're being honest. Like the money is just like it's going to be hard to you're going to have to get some players on some prove it deals, hope that they do well because like I said, you're in a point with your roster where you're in a good spot as a team, but you're also in a tough East for the future and now with the Sixers, Nets, Heat should all return their best players next year. So yeah, the Bucks here, they are in an interesting position. Okay, so like I said, you're gonna have to get some players on some rather prove it deals, and I don't know who those players are. Like I don't really know who like you're gonna get for a cheap price that's actually gonna be solid for your team at the point guard position. Devontae Graham's an interesting option here. He could possibly be a player that you could target. Jeff Teague is just not an opening day starter. Or opening day. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Um, Reggie Jackson's an interesting option. He's a facilitating point guard. Um, Maybe you can bring in Derrick Rose somehow, but like, I just don't know what they can do with this team here because like they're so much in a like they can't really do much. They're kind of in a hole here because they're in a hole where the Nets, unless Kyrie and Kevin Durant leave, which would make no sense for them and their careers, are the powerhouse in the East for the next years. And yes, the 76ers are very good. And Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are under contract for quite a while. So, yeah, I mean, the Bucks here, they're just kind of stuck to where they're a very good team and will win a lot of regular season games, but simply are maybe just not good enough to win an NBA title. Jrue Holiday, like I said, is 31, 32. That contract's going to be till he's 36, and I don't really know if you want to have that type of commitment for Jrue Holiday right there. I don't think that makes a ton of sense there. So for this Bucks team, I think they're in a very good position, and I think it's just they're not in that to where I think that they're in title favorites at all. I still think that the 76ers, Nets, and Heat are better than they are right now, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I think that they're kind of just to where they're in a spot where they're very good, but just cannot really win an NBA title, in my opinion. They're not that good. So they're 32 and 17 right now. And obviously, you've got Giannis and Jrue Holiday back now, so you've got two main points of your team back for the next season. Dante DiVincenzo's still there too, who might be a valuable asset to a team, and it seemed like some teams might want like a Dante DiVincenzo, which is kind of surprising to me that maybe some teams would want him. Maybe a team would be able to take on that Brook Lopez contract because like $12 million, I don't think that's a horrible contract for a Brook Lopez, but I don't think it's a good contract either. And I think that if you can move that contract, that would be good. It could open up some space for maybe a point guard. Like I said, a Devontae Graham's a very interesting option there who could possibly. He's not coming on the mid-level exception, but I think for a little more there, he could definitely be intrigued by going to the Milwaukee Bucks in free agency. I think that would be a very interesting option there. But yeah, the Bucks here, they're in an interesting spot, but they have signed Jrue Holiday, and they do know that they will not be giving up those assets for nothing or just like 1 year of Jrue Holiday. So that's very good if you're a Bucks fan. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications because it'll help out the channel. And a lot of you that watch these videos and not subscribe, get your life together, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like on this video. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and peace.